Yeah, we don't want to talk about it. We're gonna get through this. That's the
opportunity while I was there of being the accountant for Floyd Mayweather for a number of years.
Oh, wow.
And just unbelievable experiences when I was working with him. I mean, stories that I can share, stories there. There'd be 4 or 5 very expensive sports cars out front of our building and 20 people coming in and sitting down and going through the various items that we needed to, but always very flashy, very, very out there. You know, but something that many people, it's public knowledge, not sharing anything that's not out there, but something many people don't realize is he suffered a lot through his life with depression. Something that he's...
After he boldly claimed on social media that he had recently bought 62 buildings in Manhattan, an announcement meant to demonstrate his wealth and astuteness as a real estate investor, the situation quickly spiraled out of control, and Floyd recently broke down after reports confirmed that investments worth $600 million are being seized by law enforcement. Once that lie was revealed, the FBI started looking into his larger investment history, eventually freezing other properties and accounts thought to be connected to him.
Showing the people how I live. Now, I know you guys see me on a regular talking about real estate. Well, lately, I purchased 62 apartment buildings in New York City. And what I need you guys to do, slide over and check out the photos. It's not all 62 buildings, it's a few buildings, but guess what? All the buildings belong to me. I don't have no partners. And all the retail down low on my buildings,
the assets, which are reportedly worth over $600 million, are currently locked and cannot be sold, transferred, or touched until the investigation determines whether Floyd actually owns them. Floyd decided to publicize the alleged deal by posting several videos of the properties and declaring that he had made a significant purchase in Manhattan. His tone was assured, even proud, and the videos were obviously intended to impress his audience. Reactions were swift.
Mayweather Jr., there's a story circulating that Business Insider did talking about this $400 million property deal that he had been discussing here in New York City. But now, according to Business Insider, it's not what you think it is. They said there's no evidence there's been a sale of these properties, and it's 62 rental apartment buildings in Upper Manhattan.
The comments were inundated by supporters. The magnitude of the allegation garnered attention from sources outside the boxing community. But after officials started verifying the ownership records, it became clear that none of the structures were registered in Mayweather's name.
how in 36 months, of course, with one of my new investments, I would be making $300 million a month. But
what investment is that?
Just in real estate.
Got you.
And I'm heavy in real estate. I'm real heavy in real estate. Even though, you know, I got my own liquid, and if that means cash for those, I break it down in layman's terms. Even though
that revelation set off a series of events that went beyond simply undermining his credibility. Since Floyd has acknowledged in previous interviews that real estate has become his primary source of income since leaving professional boxing, federal investigators who were already aware of his financial claims over the years used this as justification to look further. They went through his older records and started freezing other assets connected to him, and nothing can be moved until a complete audit is finished. This makes the situation even more serious because if those accounts are frozen, the cash flow will cease to exist, at least temporarily, and with a lifestyle as high maintenance as his, that's no small matter.
Misunderstood. He just wanted to be treated fair. Right. And this is for any team that's watching right now. We'll make them a deal. If they sign AB and AB go through the whole season, no problems at all. And then they got to give us 20 million. But if he mess up, then we got to give them 20 million. So if any team want to match that, you know, reach out.
To make matters even more complicated, this financial crisis struck right before Floyd was getting ready to make one of his boldest moves to date, a $700 million push to purchase a stake in the New York Giants of the NFL. Floyd wasn't doing this alone, though. He was working with real estate investor Mir Orbach to spearhead a group effort to purchase a 10% stake in the team. it would have been a tremendous transaction, and Floyd even put $200 million into escrow to show his dedication and seriousness about the purchase. The Giants, one of the league's oldest and most renowned teams, are valued at over $7.5 billion.
Life returns, like over his lifetime, he's going to make $300 million off the deal. It just doesn't make sense, especially with the amount of power players in NYC who would have already bought those 62 units if it was so lucrative. The white guy would have easily bought those 62 units up. And this is where I think the bigger understanding comes in. Because if you don't know, the true owner is Black Spruce Management. Mayweather at most holds a minority ownership stake and likely through a financial vehicle with
plan. But not only is his financial situation in doubt, but his partner, Mir Orbach, has been largely silent in recent days. When reporters asked him for comment, he gave a general response that said, he and his partners are always exploring different business opportunities, including team ownership. Under normal circumstances, this kind of response might not raise any red flags, but given the timing, it's being interpreted as a sign that something behind the scenes might not be adding up.
You really don't have no money. So if you know how many buildings you got, you don't really have no buildings. So I think I own right now somewhere upwards of 100 buildings or more. And in 99% of my buildings.
Of course, that has raised other queries. No one is certain at this time, but the longer the silence lasts, the more suspicious the scenario starts to appear. Why hasn't Orbach confirmed whether Floyd is still involved in the deal? Why is there such hesitancy to openly reveal information if everything is legitimate?
These guys carry on and they do the exhibitions and all that kind of stuff. It just sort of diminishes the legacy a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
And that's what I feel like's happened with Mayweather.
Why do you think he does those things, though? Do you think
for money?
I
don't think he's got the money he says. That's what I think.
I think he still needs the money.
I don't
after
think
all
he
these
needs
years.
the money. But you know when you got that lifestyle, right? So when you're spending what...
Fueling the fire with, I don't think he has the kind of money he says he has. I'm not saying he's broke, but with how much he's spending and how often he does exhibitions, it makes you wonder, Eddie Hearn remarked in an interview months ago, raising doubts about Floyd's financial security. His remarks attracted a lot of attention at the time, but when someone showed him the video, he shrugged it off and said, Hearn always has something slick to say, but now his words seem a lot more grounded in reality.
I mean, it's the new wave. It's what everybody's doing. And I started, of course I started with boxing, but then of course now it's real estate. My real estate portfolio is crazy, but I'm truly blessed. I'm truly blessed. And if cryptocurrency is the new wave.
That worry has been expressed by others in the sector. While it's difficult to believe that Mayweather is actually experiencing financial difficulties, boxing analyst Rick Glazer wrote that the rumors are coming from reliable sources and that the issue is deeply ingrained, implying that this isn't just a misunderstanding or a PR blunder, but rather a real problem that could get worse just when it seemed like things couldn't get any messier. Floyd uploaded a new video to his website, this time endorsing the cryptocurrency asset, which is based in Thailand. He urged viewers to purchase the coin, promising a number of incentives include a live Zoom conversation with him and the project founder, as well as $100 in cash back if customers spent at least $20 on any of his WBC title belts. Most unexpectedly, he even gave out a private training session with him to one.
It doesn't even hurt his record.
Because of the drug of boxing. Just
Also
like
money.
But I don't even think he don't need any money.
He spends so much money.
Yeah, but he don't need any.
Are you sure?
Yeah, Floyd good.
I bet if he's planning for the future, you got to keep it coming in if you're going to keep spending the way he spends.
Yeah, but I think he has a lot of other business interests that he can get money from.
Hopefully.
Why would Mayweather tie himself so heavily to a coin that few people had heard of, and why so many rewards, especially tied to significant sums of money, seemed like a desperate attempt to make quick cash? And given the timing, those suspicions don't seem far-fetched. However, when you take a step back and look at the big picture, it's evident that this isn't just about a single lie on Instagram. It's a series of dubious decisions. Such an offer from someone who typically doesn't give away much for free raised. Eyebrows immediately. Financial warning signs and a lack of openness. Floyd is still grinning in front, wearing like a king, and talking like he has infinite money, but the foundation is unstable behind the scenes.
No pay! Where's Money Mayweather? Hard work? Dedication! No pay! Money Mayweather where? I don't see you. I don't see you. Brent won't wait. I got bills to pay.
There is a genuine possibility that other assets of his might be taken. More transactions might fail, and more of his earlier assertions might be contested or refuted. Even the staff at Mayweather Boxing and Fitness in Los Angeles recently quit, after weeks of not getting paid. They didn't leave quietly, though. They held a demonstration outside the gym with signs and microphones. There was a notice that said, "The money team has no money." Hard work, dedication, and then what? Said another. The message labor trafficking and modern-day slavery was elevated by others. These expressions weren't merely showmanship. They were indicators that workers felt they had overreached themselves.
Getting paid late, it has completely affected my life. It has affected my mental health.
According to the Daily Mail, several workers, including managers, front desk employees, and trainers, claimed they hadn't received their wages in weeks. Some even said they were afraid of reprisals for speaking up, but they chose to take the chance because they felt silenced for too long. One outspoken employee put it this way: "Even if you work for a different company and you're not getting paid, you're afraid to show up and say something because you know how businesses do. They silence you and fire you because everything is at will for them." That incident was replicated in Mayweather's gym, but this time Floyd's name was included.
Just given the name, but the more and more that I've been here since the beginning of 2024, just seeing the treatment of the staff has just really broken my heart. And also too, for all of the staff, I've offered discounted adjustments to $20, and having staff members tell me they can't afford to pay $20 for an adjustment because they're not getting paid just really took me back to say, wow, what's going on here? Still coming in every Monday, still adjusting the staff to make sure that they felt okay, they felt regulated, that their systems.
"We're out here letting everybody know that they haven't been treating us right," said another worker. One member of the group said, "We've been silenced. I was told we can't tell him anything. I can't tell him that our studio is closing, who knows? If he's aware or not, we don't." The group also claimed that they had tried to escalate the matter internally numerous times, but were consistently ignored or dismissed. Some even claimed that management had instructed them not to bring up these concerns with Floyd if he visited. He was here 2 weeks ago.
I was promised a lot, and being who I am a protector, and I protect my team, and I've tried to protect their employment, and unfortunately now there's nothing for me to lose. We have lost everything. I've lost so much in this, not getting paid late. It has completely affected my life.
According to insiders, the Mayweather Boxing and Fitness facility in Los Angeles may close completely. This is not a short-term protest. Staff members are already handling this as though the equipment is being abandoned and classes are being canceled. Samraya Balden, the gym's general manager, stated that she had believed the company when she initially joined and explained how quickly things went south. "I began working here in September 2023, and on my first day I was informed that numerous members should not renew their memberships until further notice. The team was unemployed, and I've been concerned ever since, but I just thought I could help make things better." However, I was misled from the start when she said that we had lost everything, and that I had lost a great deal because I wasn't paid on time, which had a total negative impact on my life.
Hey, what's going on, man? I'm Frank. I was a coach here at Mayweather Boxing Fitness Hollywood, and honestly, it's been disheartening to go through everything we've been going through. We haven't been getting paid fairly. It messes with your mental health. We had to rely on a member that worked at Chick-fil-A that granted us some free Chick-fil-A cards, so we're all eating unhealthy meals to the point where we can't even go home and get some fresh fruit. We're not able to literally pay for our bills. The debt, it accumulated to the point where...
Another gym coach explained how work-related stress extended beyond missed income. There are a lot of things that break your heart, and it's terrible that you have to endure it while working for such a well-known company. The truth is that we aren't even getting paid fairly, and it has a negative impact on your mental health. My wife had to visit the hospital because of stress and anxiety from this job.
Warren Buffett, that's in his 80s or 90s, that can still make a ton of money. The Waltons that own Walmart. Bill Gates can still make computers. But soon as someone black, when my career is over as far as me in a combat sport, as far as boxing, whatever, if I'm promoting on social media or I'm doing exhibitions, it's like, oh man, he's broke. No, it's not a crime for them to make money.
Floyd Mayweather hasn't yet addressed the walkout, pay dispute, or the gym's possible closure, but his silence is growing louder by the day, particularly after he claimed to own over $1 billion in real estate on social media a few weeks ago and flaunted lavish purchases for employees who were having financial difficulties. In addition to being annoying, the disparity feels like a smack in the face, and there are also increasing concerns regarding the management of Mayweather's business empire. From a number of sources around the gym has alluded to a lack of clarity on who is in charge of payroll. Some say it's a franchise matter rather than Mayweather's personal failing, while others maintain that since
it's Avi & Co. Crazy company. Now, I need you guys to come closer and check this out. So let me come to you guys a breakdown. Well, in the industry, you see a lot of people with this kind of watch, this kind of watch, and this kind of watch.
In a recent interview, Amir Khan shared his thoughts on the subject and said, "Look, karma is a bee." He said, look how arrogant he was. He is flaunting money. You can't throw money like that at people because there is a lot of poverty out there. If he is flaunting and throwing money at strip clubs, then Khan's perspective confirms a rumor that has been circulating throughout the boxing community for years. Floyd Mayweather was known for his extravagant lifestyle, which included everything from diamond watches to luxury jets, duffel bags of cash, and throwing bills on nightclub floors.
Talks so much shit, and he's like, look at my $1 million watch, look at my fucking jet, look at my house, look at this. He's like constantly showing you all these things that he has. Like, he'll lay out watches in a hotel bed, like, this is $1 million worth of watches. This watch goes for $2 million. And they're like, this is my small watch that I take sometimes, but when I'll show you, when I'll show up, I bring out.
Therefore, even if some contend Floyd may not be directly running the LA gym, it hits differently when signs accusing him of modern-day slavery emerge in front of his own gym. If people are unpaid under the Mayweather banner, the story quickly gets out of control, especially after he stated in his own words that his net worth was primarily driven by wise investments and ownership. The issue here is more than just one gym. The fallout still lands at his feet. His brand is his name. When regular operations fail, franchise chains frequently face lawsuits. If more employees speak up or if there is more reporting from other states, this becomes more than just a single incident.
Check this out. Carbon fiber. Come check it out,
y'all. Members of the gym are in a state of uncertainty in the meanwhile, and those who paid for yearly subscriptions are now requesting reimbursements. Others doubt that their planned training sessions will take place at all. There has been no official communication from the leadership, no emails or statements, just silence. If a class action lawsuit is already filed, this could get worse. According to reports, some employees are speaking with labor lawyers to find out if Mayweather is liable or if the franchising company is involved. Depending on who owns the particular LLC connected to the LA branch, things could get complicated.
The money man is back. I'm here in New York City with the one and only beating the jeweler. Vinny, tell the people what you sold me today.
All right. You see what's going on? We got the Eye of the Tiger factory on a full pave bracelet.
And tell the people about this, please.
We got the white tag.
Whether Floyd reacts directly, pays the workers unpaid wages, and accepts responsibility for his actions and lies will probably determine what happens next. If he remains silent, the situation may escalate into courtrooms and the media. But, as of right now, there has been no word, no statement, and no video response, no apologies or public payroll confirmations. Simply said, everything is leading to one conclusion: Floyd's financial condition is tense and could get worse in the days ahead. What do you think? Please subscribe for additional updates and leave your comments below. Disintegrating in front of the cameras.